He's a really good person, actually. He's got a big heart. But it's just this other side of him that comes out so often. I can't even, no, you're not, no, you cannot stay here for a few days. Okay. You can't stay here at all. Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to Nikki Faces Reality. We're here to discuss the latest on Nicole and Mahmoud in 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. As you guys recall, the last time we saw them, Nicole had tracked down Mahmoud in the streets of LA and brought him back, and they agreed that they would figure it out on what their next move, whether it is to move forward with their relationship or for him to go back to Egypt, and he was sleeping on the air mattress. That was the last that we saw, okay? So let's dive right in. Before we do, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it.
It's too big.
Why is she wearing a jacket indoors?
It has been a few days since our big fight, and Mahmoud is still sleeping on the air mattress. We had some time to cool off, and things were going well for a while. He went to the mosque for the first time. He even met some people there. So I thought maybe there's still hope for us, and that we as a couple can be happy together here.
I'm so glad he found community after the hell that he's been living in for the last, I don't know how long he's been there now, maybe a week. To finally find a mosque and feel like grounding. Oh, so happy for him.
But I guess I was wrong. So, we, of course, had a fight. He's been accusing me of cheating on him, accusing me of all kinds of things. And he just stepped outside, letting him cool off. But just like hanging on by a thread, kind of. Like, and I don't know how much more I could take, really.
Why does he think you're cheating? I also don't believe her tears, you know what I mean?
So what happened?
A few days ago, I sent him a message like it was around 8 p.m. and she said I'm on my way home.
Okay.
And she didn't back home until like 2 a.m. and she back drunk. And I asked her, you was who? And she said, no, buddy, I'm just like was at work. When I asked for to see what she have on her phone, she freaked out.
Oh. If you tell me you're coming home at 8 and you show up at 2 a.m., we're definitely fighting. Are you kidding? And I don't believe that she was at work at 2 a.m. Like, you obviously weren't by yourself until 2 a.m. I don't believe that she's cheating necessarily, but is she being shady? Yes.
So she's make me feel sure like there's something she don't want to miss.
Right. I'm personally not a fan of going through people's phones. I feel like if I have to go through your phone, I don't trust you and I will not be with you, because when I don't trust people, I become a mad woman, and I left that girl at 24. But in their relationship, they've been used to that, checking each other's phone.
It's just really confusing for me. I don't know, like, I'm not hiding the fact that I had a couple drinks, but I wasn't even tipsy. And now he says the fact that I refused to open my phone is proof that I'm cheating on Mahmoud.
The thing is, she's an untrustworthy narrator because we've seen how belligerent she is. I don't believe that it was just that she wasn't tipsy. If you were out having drinks into 2 a.m., I can only imagine. Also, the reoccurring theme is that she's not willing to, like, take him through the journey slowly. Like, she's already put him through so much with trying to, like, do some exposure therapy with American culture. To, like, show up drunk when you know that this is, like, foreign to him. She's doing it on purpose.
I'm not cheating on Mahmoud. I don't have the time to cheat on Mahmoud.
That's a weird thing to say.
And I don't want to cheat on Mahmoud. So that's just more of his bull, I think, control stuff.
I mean, I get the paranoia. If she's being so mean to you, you're like...
I don't feel like Nicole care about my feeling anymore.
She definitely doesn't.
Feel like I trust here anymore.
Trust is everything.
So he says, I don't have any feelings left for you, Nicole.
That's hard to hear, but oof.
I've never heard Mahmoud talk like that before.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure that's tough to hear, but what do you expect? Like, I would fall out of love with someone that's constantly disrespecting me. I would fall out of love with someone that chooses to bulldoze my boundaries. I would fall out of love with someone that breaks their promises over and over again. I just, I don't understand. It's so when I see these tears, like, sure, a part of it is like, damn, it's over, but also like, if someone doesn't love you anymore, you have no power over them, you know? Because they don't owe you any more time for you to keep playing these bullshit games. So I think it's like, I don't know how long she thought that she could continue to play these games and pushing his limits. And I think that hearing that someone doesn't love you, one is a like strike to your ego, but also is like, oh, I guess I'm also just not getting my way anymore.
He's a really good person, actually. He's got a big heart. But it's just this other side of him that comes out so often that I can't handle.
And and that may be true, right? That there's a side that we don't see. But I also feel like everything we've seen from him has been consistent. The one that has been giving us whiplash is Nicole. She played up this mousy role and then showed her true colors of being this aggressive, abusive, manipulative person. I feel like this is one of these situations where he's being cold and it's warranted. Like, it didn't come out of nowhere. It's been days of being sleep deprived and being served donuts for breakfast and being berated by you and your posse. So, oh, he's coming in.
I need to talk to Mahmoud about this to see if he was just saying things to hurt me or if he's serious. Because if he doesn't love me or have any feelings for me, that changes absolutely everything. The one thing I know for sure is that I will not stay in a loveless marriage.
And you shouldn't, but a marriage that lacks respect is equivalent of a loveless marriage. And I just feel like I do think that he loves her, but the disrespect is astronomical. And also, if you're my spouse and you are gone till 2 a.m., I'm going to have questions. I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that that's out of this world to have follow-up questions.
Like what? When I asked you where you are, you said I'm at work. You didn't.
No, I was. And I sent you a message. I said I'm going home, and then I went and picked up my friend Olga instead because she called me. She was having a fight with Julian.
So you tell him you're going home, but then you detour to go to your friend, which is perfectly fine, right? Like, your friend is going through a crisis. Go to your friend. But you did not tell him that. And I get being there for a friend, but being there for a friend and then going out for drinks is very different. So again, it's the lack of consideration.
You lied about that.
I went to Olga's and picked her up, and me and Olga had a drink.
Now you made a story.
Then, no, that's what I told you.
She didn't.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
And she's so smug about it too, right? She's like, yeah, I came at 2 a.m. What's the problem? The problem is that you didn't communicate it. The problem is that you came intoxicated. The problem is that this is the man that you chose and you know that he's a certain way.
Drunk. So, like, you think, like, I will feel someone
Right.
after this?
It's.
Like, I was just, like,
Whatever,
work,
like, who
at my work.
cares? Like,
I also want to just note that this chick was crying crocodile tears before he walked in. Like, ugh, I just don't understand why he wants to just end things. I just don't understand why he's being so mean. And then she shows up in this conversation and is all smug, and it's like, yeah, I did that, what about it? Where was the vulnerability? Where was the woe is me attitude? She's coming in with all this smoke, but when he's not in the room, she's like, oh, he's just so mean. I'm so misunderstood. You are the villain in this story, and own it. Own it. We're not stupid. We see right through it. She's acting like the victim only to just be this mean, cold person. She was just talking about how he has this cold side to him. And fast forward to her being like this to him. It's like the call is coming from inside the house.
I don't care. I'm your husband.
You know
I'm
what
not
gets
having.
me worked up? It's just you in general.
She does not like this
The
man.
CIA or something. You're so crazy.
No.
Gaslighting this man. He's not being crazy. He is your husband, and you literally told him you were coming home at 8 and didn't come home till 2. Something could have happened to you. A plethora of things could have been going through his mind. And then you show up drunk and shady. I can see why he would think that you're cheating. But to call him crazy and be like, oh, I'm getting worked up because it's just you. You literally act like you don't like this man. So of course he's going to be like, she doesn't like me. I'm going to shut myself off and not have feelings for her anymore. I just don't see how she doesn't see that her actions are causing a chain reaction.
No. It's a moment I told you I need to see you. You message. You freaked out. And I know when you freaked out, you have something. I know your way.
He does know her. He knows something we don't.
Phone, I refused to let him. And he said that the fact that I wouldn't open my phone is just proof enough that I'm a cheater.
There's no
It
trust.
was ridiculous. I think that the issue is that really it's just me being an American.
It has nothing to do with you being an American. Because if that's the case, then all your issues with him is that he's Egyptian. And you knew he was Egyptian when you met him, when you had your eat, pray, love moment, when you decided to marry him on a whim. You knew he was Egyptian. Just like he knew you were American. The issue is that y'all are trying to fit a square into a circle. That is the issue.
Since I come here, you just did everything to done this relationship first. First, like you start with clothes.
Yeah.
After that, you got trained.
She wants to bulldoze through the things that she wants him to accept. And he told her, like, let's work up to it. Give me time. But she wants it to be done in a week. And that's just not realistic. And there could be a reality that he would have never been okay with it. And I can see her putting up a fight with it at a month mark, 2 months. But to do this, she started this literally day one. It's unreasonable. And she's brought this onto herself. I really do believe that.
That's after 4 years of doing everything you said and everything.
But that doesn't matter. That, like, because the terms of your relationship at that time were different. This was supposed to be your final chance. This was supposed to be your do-over. And you guys came up with terms and conditions, supposedly, right? And one of the terms of conditions was that he was going to bend, but it was going to take him time. That was the term and condition. I don't like that she keeps bringing up things like, I did all of this in 4 years, like she wasn't an active participant. No one forced her to be in this relationship. No one forced her to convert. These were all choices she made, and she keeps removing herself from it like it's all on him. She made those choices. She was the one that made certain promises and has now taken them back. And she's continuing to do things like that while in their final chance. Of course he doesn't trust her.
Nothing I did was ever good enough.
You just want to show me you have the power here. This is my way. You accept or not. You.
Yeah, she definitely does.
So I don't accept.
I don't accept.
Alright, so you don't get to say that to me again, and tomorrow you don't get to wake up and pretend like everything's normal.
No, I'm for real. We were the first, Nicole. We just like fighting all the time, and it's like
It's
We not have
exhausting.
like God life since we married. This time I feel like we not go anywhere.
That,
Nothing changed.
that's devastating.
You've told me literally over 6,000 times in the last 4 years that you want to get a divorce. It doesn't hurt me. I'm immune to it. But you know what does hurt? It's when you say you don't have any feelings left for me.
Yeah, you're right about that. I don't
I
have any feeling
mean,
because like I don't feel any love from you anymore.
oof. Whew, that's hard to hear. And the divorce thing, they both did that, which is, don't do that. Don't threaten someone with ending a relationship because, one, it loses its power. Two, don't play with people's feelings like that. And they're both guilty of doing this. But I do think that he's just like defeated. He's like, I can't love someone that doesn't respect me. I can't love someone that doesn't consider me, that doesn't see my humanity. And because I get what she's saying when she's like, you can't wake up and change your mind tomorrow. Like, you can't take back what you're saying. And I get it because they have these fights over and over again. But hearing him say, like, yeah, I don't love you anymore, like, if that's not the wake up call of like, oof, what led us here? I don't know what is.
Then why are you here?
This is what I'm saying. It's better with you first.
He was there because he loved you. He was there because he wanted to work at it. That's why he was there. But you keep knocking him down at every turn. It's like, you know why he was there. Why are you there?
This is what I'm saying. It's better with you first.
I can't even, no, you're not, no, you cannot stay here for a few days.
Oh,
Another promise she's taking back.
You can't stay here at all.
okay.
She's so fucking predictable. The thing is, she's acting like divorce was never on the table. So when he said that he would stay there for a few days, it was to figure out what his next move was. But divorce was always an option. So, and she said that she would help him out while he would figure it out. And so, whatever it was, whether they would work on it or whether he would go to Egypt, she would stand by him because those were the vows that she made while he figured it out. And her ego cannot take the fact that he's like, due to your disrespect, I don't love you anymore. And so she's taken back yet another promise. And then she wonders why there's no trust in the relationship. Like, her words don't mean anything. This crying is because she doesn't have power anymore. It doesn't mean anything. Boo-hoo. Also, he was writing something at the table. What is he writing? Was he writing her like a final letter? I wonder. He was already all packed up. He was ready. He's like, you're not gonna catch me by surprise anymore.
I'm just feeling kind of devastated. It's like a punch in the gut. The one thing that we always did have, that we wish we didn't have sometimes, was feelings for each other, right? 'Cause it'd be so much easier if we didn't.
There's no love without trust. There's no respect. There's no anything.
This is it.
Girl, go to hell. Where is he going? Into the
I
sunset.
think that divorce is the only option now because like every time we give, as chances go like more badly,
Yeah.
go worse. I still don't know what my plans now. I think I would love back to Egypt.
Yeah, go
right
home.
Now, so I don't know what will happen. But I have like some friend I met him in Mosque. I hope my friend can help me find some place to stay or like stay with him for tonight. I never want.
Damn, he makes friends fast. He was like, I secured a pickup. I secured a getaway car. Get me the hell out of here. And you see, that's why it's so important for foreigners to have community because he has a fallback. I think that's the same thing that happened with Michael. I don't know who he had, but he had somewhere to go, you know? I don't think from what we've seen on social media that Mahmoud stayed in America. I think that he's like, I want to go back home. But I'm so happy that at least for a night he had peace.
But like our relationship is over now. I can't be with here.
Mahmoud is simultaneously the best and worst thing that's ever happened to me. So it's going to be incredibly difficult for me to not be with Mahmoud anymore, to move forward. But the one thing that
you weren't with Mahmoud. You were
gives
by
me the
yourself.
strength that I need to do it is just knowing that I'll be free again.
You were already free. You weren't doing anything different. You were living your life. The only difference is that you had someone to report to. But you were doing everything that you wanted. You were out in these streets till 2 a.m. You were drinking. You were showing back. Like, you were showing midriff. You were doing everything you wanted. The only difference is that now no one's going to be holding you accountable. So you could miss me with that. She's just mad she couldn't get him to go to her side. She expected this Muslim man to strip his beliefs away. It's ridiculous. And now my question is, where are we in the timeline? So did she call the police on him after this? Was there an incident after? Or did it happen somewhere along that's like before this and they just didn't record it? Or they're not addressing it right now and they'll address it in the tell-all? I'm just wondering where we are in the timeline. I'm sure we'll find out soon, potentially in the tell-all. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like we've seen him get his luggage and leave already so many times. I know that they will be done for real. I'm just wondering if he has a few more times of coming back to her house and leaving. Like, it's getting a little old. So I'm wondering what's next. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. What you guys think about this whole incident. Do you think that she cheated? What do you think went down? Would love to hear your theories. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't, because we have a lot to cover, okay?